Hey guys, how's it going? So it's a couple days after Valentine's Day, and surprise, IS has another banner for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at this latest banner and tell you guys my thoughts on it. So we know it's Ascended Edom, but let's see if there's other units. Kind of a common theme here. They usually tell us, but they don't really have kind of the name for the banners anymore. I thought it was cool when they had some sort of title for it. Okay, but it looks like we have Hugh here, which is from Binding Blades, and he's a red tome. He has two new skills, which is Cell Spell Tome and Speed Defense Ideal 4. Kind of interesting that it's a defense skill because he's a mage. So unless you have a close counter, then I don't know how that Speed Defense Ideal is going to work. Maybe against a bow user. And now we have the Mountain Hermit. She's actually from Binding Blades as well. So it's Nime here. And for most Fire Emblem games, if there's kind of a young dragon, there's gonna be an older dragon. So she's the older dragon version in Binding Blades. And looks like she's gonna be a colorless infantry tome, which is still kind of a rare pairing colorless and infantry, and her tome's inheritable. Now we have a female thief other than Layla, so that's kind of exciting. I don't think Kagero counts because she's a ninja, not exactly a thief. But this one looks like she has an armor effective dagger here, so that's going to be interesting because we never had an armor effective dagger unit before, so it's a range effective against armor unit. And now we get to finally see Edom. And Edom is Divine Demon. So she used to be kind of like a demon dragon, but now she's divine. I do like the color palettes on these units. They're very kind of light and pastel-y almost. Two new skills. We have the Do Dragonstone and we have the Wily Fighter. I think that's how you pronounce it. I noticed something, so we're going to rewind and watch this. But basically, okay, so we have a new story chapter. So it's a chapter 6 main story. You have Princess Veronica, you have Letizia here. So I'm kind of interested in where the story is going to take us. That's going to be fun. I don't think there's anything else here. I think Kath, the thief, is going to be demoted to 4 stars, which is weird because you would think Nime is going to be demoted to 4 stars too because she has an inheritable tome. After the 40th summon, you'll get to summon for free. They kind of used to hold this back for some banners with the Fey Pass, but it looks like for new banners, they might restore it to just everyone, right? So let's take a look at Edom. I want to show you guys what I noticed. So here's Edom, and as this armor unit is hitting this one, you're going to notice the red icon here on the screen, which means that this unit's using kind of an effective against armor weapon. But she's gonna block it, and the unit's gonna do no damage. And we're gonna see why. So Do Dragonstone here, you get to trigger your special often with that special count cooldown -1, so Bonfire 3 actually becomes Bonfire 2. But, oh, here it is, neutralizes effective against armor bonuses. So that's nice because this Edom being blue dragon is going to be able to pair with the original Edom, which is the red dragon unit. So you can have 2 of her on the same team. Exciting, right? If unit is within 3 spaces of allies, inflicts -5 to all stats during combat. If foe's range equals 2, calculates based on foe's lowest stats, defense, or resist. This is strong against tanks. She's normally very strong against tanks because she used to be that way as well. Sturdy stance is definitely going to help there, give her more to her defense. So if a tank is really strong in defense but low in resist, she's going to target the resist, and vice versa. If it's a mage tank and they're strong against resist but they have weak defense, she's going to do that. Ideally, you want your units min-max, so this kind of works in Edom's favor. Wily Fighter here instead of Weary Fighter. So Weary Fighter used to prevent units' follow-up attack. Wily Fighter here, if HP is above 25% and foe initiates combat, neutralize bonuses from skills on foe during combat, and unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. So basically you're guaranteed to make a follow-up attack as opposed to preventing them from attacking you twice. That's going to be interesting. So there's that. Now we're going to go back and we're going to look at Kath. I think Kath, cool concept. She looks neat. She looks agile. Female thief. Orange and green really goes well together. And
I have a sense of honor. I would never keep the gold I steal.
she never keeps the gold I steal. So maybe she's like a Robin Hood character, right? Now, armor pin, very interesting because we have a ranged dagger unit that's effective against armor. I know a lot of mages are effective against armor because they have low resist. But here's the thing. She has some resistance skills, right? So she are meant to use her against like mages, or you pool her so you can father those skills so that whoever you're building is strong against resist. So both she has attack resist mod 3 there and the speed resist link 3. I think the attack resist mod 3 is more useful. She's going to be demoted, so you're going to have access to that. Here's the thing about Nime, and I think this is kind of weird because she has an inheritable skill, which is her vulture here plus. So that means that ideally she's supposed to be demoted too, because maybe they just went one without the other. But her thing here is if she's not adjacent to an ally, inflicts foes -5 to attack and resist during combat, and any other current penalties to those stats. So if they already have penalties to attack resist 5, it's gonna pile up, to their attack resist stat, it's gonna do an additional 5 plus basically 5 plus any current penalty. So basically double any of the already existing penalties to attack resist in addition to the 5. Now here's the interesting thing. This is an anti-mage unit as well. So you have the attack resist solo 4 and the attack resist menace. I was really hoping this unit gets demoted because those skills will be more accessible to the player base. So we'll see. And then last but not least, I think the most bloated one of the banner is Hugh here, Red Tome. So it's very competitive, right? You have Lysithea, you have Nyx. Red Tome user is usually very strong because red is kind of the most common color in Fae. But he has Cell Spell Tome and grants 3 to speed at the start of combat if HP is above 25%. Grants bonus to all stats during combat based on the number of times unit has been enhanced using Dragonflower. So this is a Dragonflower unit. So you want to level this up with your Dragonflowers as much as possible, and he's going to be really, really strong. So an investment unit, and if you have 3 or more Dragonflowers, it's going to double any bonuses you have on those stats prior to combat. Speed defense ideal 4, so the idea here is make him tanky and fast, and then attack speed rouse is to make him fast and strong during attack. So ideally, this can be a defensive or a offensive unit. I think it'd be more offense. I'm kind of confused on the speed defense 4 really, so because it's occupying the A spot, and the weapon can counter attack regardless of range. So I wonder how that's going to be used. Maybe it's just there for you to follow the skill. I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good night, guys. Night.